All right.
Is it recording?
All right, bud. So as you've already loosened that drain plug. So like I said, this is going to be super hot. I wish I had some gloves, but
Which one? Which one?
I do. But I do have some in the truck. But let me drain the oil out here because I'd rather burn my hands than yours. And then I'll let you help me put oil back in it.
Wait, what do you mean burn your hands?
This oil in here is going to be hot because we was running the tractor for a while.
Yeah.
So it may not be scalding hot, but it'll be warm. I don't want you to get burned your hands. So, and it's also going to splatter a lot too.
So should I just step back a little bit?
Yeah, that'd
What's
be
this
good.
thing?
That's the inside of these. The valve stem inside of it.
Yeah.
That goes inside the tube or the little valve stem on the tire. That's what keeps air in the tire and keep it from coming out.
Huh. That's weird.
Yeah, so
Why is it on the floor?
because that's where I changed put tubes in that hay roller. All right, so this is coming out. You ready for it? Look how black that is. And if the plug has magnet, sometimes these plugs has magnets on them. So you take it, you look around, see if there's any like metal shavings or anything like that on here. And that's super good. So it's black, but it doesn't have any kind of metal shavings.
Yeah.
Which means there's nothing inside the engine that's going.
Good oil.
Smell of it. It smells like oil and diesel fuel. Okay.
It smells disgusting. Doesn't smell like good oil.
Well, like I
What do you
said,
want me to do with this?
just toss it in a garbage can over there.
Wait, why do you not want this one?
Because it's been used. Let's see here. I'll show you pull the. Sometimes if, you come over here when you change oil, you come over here and pull the dipstick out, and it helps drain the oil better. It helps air well, it just helps pull the oil out. For some reason that's not coming out very quick. Huh. That's empty. You're out of oil. That thing was low. Apparently that was low on oil. So,
It's been a minute ever since I ran the tractor.
actually it was
Couple of months back.
when I think when I got the tractor, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was that night they gave me that tool set.
Yeah. So yeah, that engine was actually low on oil. I just want the dipstick looks cool.
So cute. Hi.
I want to show him. Alrighty. So while I was doing that, I got a filter wrench somewhere. But I also have
Brand new ring. That's a brand new drill.
it is the same, but it's kind of like an impact real. Let's see.
Daddy has one. Two Hey.
See if I can find my let's see. Where is it? That's not good. This here's a filter reach. See how big it is?
Here we go.
Alright. You grab this, ratchet around there. Make sure you don't grab any alright, now you gotta take it And you gotta make sure it's the right, get down to the size of it. That's too small too. Oh, let me readjust it. Just
Look at it on it. Will it be in that breeze?
yeah.
That will be
So that's gonna be the other issue we're gonna have is getting a filter wrench that is the right size for that. Sometimes though, you can take a normal wrench. It's a metal shaver from when I drilled a hole. Whenever you drill a hole, little shavings like that comes out of it. Let's see if this works. Okay, yeah, that does work. So, like, I got a pair of channel locks here, and you take, sometimes they get stuck on here so tight that they don't want to, see here it goes, see, sometimes they get on here so tight that they don't want to come off. And you gotta be careful because you can pinch the crap out of your fingers too on these things. Oh, or you also want to make sure you turn in.
the right direction.
Yeah. Problem is, sometimes it don't matter which direction you turn them, they still don't want to come off. All right. Just watch your fingers. Don't get your fingers in there. Now go this way. And it gets to the point where you can. That's kind of warm, but you can turn by hand too. All right. Now, grab down here. Is that too hot or is that good enough for you? All right. So when you grab them, when you do it, you gotta make sure you hold on to them because if you don't, that falls off. Gets all over you. So, let me do it for you. Let me do it. And when you do these, when you take these off, just drop them in the bucket. Or don't drop it, just take it and lay it in the bucket. But don't touch this. That is that's probably 200 degrees. So, supposed to have gloves on for, let me go get you a pair of gloves real quick.
Yeah.
Nah, let's let that run. I'll get them out of the truck.
Hello.
You can throw this trash can over here. It's not here. That little barrel right there. Alright, here's your gloves.
Me and you basically have the same hand size.
Yep. Alright, so grab onto this. Don't, just use both hands. That way you don't drop it on the floor. Hang on to it because it's fixing to come off. take it and just ease it down in the bucket. Alright, good now. So what we're gonna do, take this here. I'm gonna loosen it up for you because these are super tight. And I'm gonna loosen it. Alright, so I'll be able to take that one off the hand now. Just do like you did on that other one.
On the same bucket?
Yep, same bucket. Just remember to make it, it'll be get close here. Use both hands to hold on to it so it doesn't splatter you with hot oil. Alright, now, take it, just drop it easy in the bucket. Good deal. Now you see see all this here? You'll want to wipe all that off. These edges, this little rim here. We'll take a rag, right up there. Try not to hit this here. Just try to get your, put your finger around it. Just take it kind of like this here. And just wipe the silver, the little rim off right there. Okay. Now it's right in here. Wipe the silver here just a little bit more. If you get too much, if you get crap in the filters here, in this here, it can cause damage to the engine. Alright, make sure, and also, when you pull the old filters off, make sure the old O-rings are not still on there. Because if you put the filter on and the old O-ring is still on there, it won't seal up right. And that goes for like car engines, lawnmower engines, and stuff like that. Now, these are the new filters. So what you want with the new filter, so these are the same filter, 3316, that 3316. You see how the numbers are the same? Alright, so on the fuel filters over there, there's two different numbers. Go ahead and put that back on the bucket, we'll do one at a time here. So on the fuel filters, there's two different types of filters. One's a primary and one's a secondary. But on this one here, they're both the same filters, but they do filter better. So what I do, you see this rubber ring here?
Yeah.
If you don't lubricate it, it won't seal up right. So take oil, or like clean motor oil or used motor oil, and you rub the ring and put the oil so that seals seals that up right
Seals
here.
seals the deal?
Yep. Usually if the oil filter goes in upside down like this, I put oil in it. But since it's upside down, you can't do that. So you always want to just go in here, make sure it goes on very straight, and just kind of goes on. You're going to tighten it up. As tight as you can by hand.
Yeah.
And I'll go ahead and tighten it up more. Sometimes you can take a wrench and tighten it up just a little bit more, but most time if you just tighten it up as tight as you can by hand, that'll be good enough. So take this, grab a little bit of finger, put your finger in that oil just a little bit. It's not hot. No, it's not hot now. It's cool down. But you can use your glove if you want. It don't matter. Just dip your finger in the oil. A little bit more now. Alright. Now rub it around that O-ring right there. And to make sure it gets on there real good on there. Now dip your finger again. Yep, dip it again. And just make sure the whole surface is covered in oil. And then you rip the finger off. So let me get this one started. Oops. Alright, you want to tighten that up? This one, yep. Yep. You might have to use both hands with that one. It's a little, in a little tighter spot there.
Do it by hand.
Get a good hand tightening. Okay. Alright, so when we get done, we're going to look to see how many hours is on the tractor hour meter, and then we're going to write the hours on this filter so I know when we change the oil. So alright, now since that's trained out pretty good.
There's hammers on
Yeah, it fell off. It didn't want to cooperate today.
the little guy.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll take this, go ahead and put this drain plug back in. So that way we don't put oil in it and we get to put that in there. Alright, so we're gonna take it. And you gotta make sure,
Warm?
huh?
Is that thing warm?
It's cool now. So when you put the drain plug back in, always make sure that it goes in easy. If it feels like it goes in hard, don't put a wrench on it until you make sure it's not cross-threaded. If you start it and it's crooked, it messes threads up, it'll start leaking. You'll be going through a field and it'll leak all the oil out. So we'll take this wrench. So you remember left loose, right tight?
So this way?
Nope. You'll go over this way. Right there. Now push toward the front of the tractor. As hard as you can. Alright. Make sure you snug it up. Alright, that's good enough. Alright, so that's got the oil drained out of the tractor. That's got 2 new filters on it.
So all we gotta do is we gotta check the hour meter.
Well, we'll do that after we put the oil in the tractor. So, I got a thing over here to help put the oil in the tractor.
Oh.
Huh. This requires a little labor.
Oh, the labor. Like doctors?
Kind of like elbow grease.
What in the book? What is this?
Those, I think that's like, I'm not sure if those are like 80 pounds a piece or 100 pounds a piece. So that's anywhere between 80, so 80 times 4 is whatever.
8, 16, 24, 32, 32 out of 100.
So,
3,200. Or however you say that.
320? I don't know. Anyways, it's a lot of weight. So take these buckets here has a little thing right here. You take it and you peel this back all the way around. You know, that's also what we're doing. We got these little lips right here.
Is that oil?
It's motor oil. See how clean that is compared to what had come out of it? So this here, that's clean motor oil here. So it'll be, you want to make sure, and this here is a 15W40. So that means that's the weight and the viscosity of the oil. So the thicker the oil, huh?
Like this way?
The other way. No, the other way. The other way. Like this is 15W40. That's good oil for diesel fuel, diesel engines. Alright, that's good enough for me. Now, I'll just take this pump there and just pump. Oh, that didn't knock in place.
Oh, not in place.
That was about. I didn't have that pushed in. I did that. I think when your Papa was helping me one day. He come over and help me work on the back of the tractor.
The back of the tractor?
Yeah.
For what?
And I was, had to replace a seal on the back of the tractor.
What? Did y'all pump oil through it, or did y'all use the pump?
I pumped oil through, I put oil into the tractor. That should be good here. And then when we get done putting oil in this, I want to change the coolant filter as well on here.
Where's that at?
It's over on the other side of the engine. It's a little bitty filter.
Right there?
No, that's starting fluid. When it's real cold in the winter, you use that starting fluid to help start it. So now, that should, yep, okay. This pump's kind of hard. Oh, crappers. And you gotta make sure they don't pop out. You wanna pump it? Pull it all the way up. Yep, and pump it. Just wash your fingers, don't get your fingers in between. Get it. It's doing good.
Look in the pan.
There's another way you can do it that's a little quicker, but this way is supposed to be a little bit cleaner. The other way is putting the funnel in there and then just pouring the bucket in there. The bucket weighs about 50 pounds. So.
Not weight of me.
Getting tired?
I'm getting a man to use my arm in there. Like, on this arm. Not stroking this arm is, it helps a little bit more. Not very much.
Well, that's the thing. When you get bigger tractors, it takes bigger, more oil and bigger muscles sometimes.
Right.
You won't be able to see it, but if you want to check it, just to see how much you got in there, you pull this out, put the dipstick back in there. There's a little bitty hole that's got to fit in there. Take the dipstick, pull it out. Then look, first you got to wipe it back. You got to wipe it off again. See, you see where that's the rest where the full mark is. So we got to put all that oil in there. It's supposed to hold about 3 gallons.
Dang. What's the full bucket?
That's a 5-gallon bucket. So it's not even touching the dipstick right now. Imagine if this holds about 3 of these. If them bigger tractors holds about 4 or 5 of these buckets full.
I imagine that.
tires yet?
Yeah.
In pump for oil?
Being my arms just being cramped, like, there's
Yeah.
like such a little space between the pump and the tractor
Yeah.
front wheel. It's gonna be hard.
Well, when your papa was helping me do the back end, I had 3 of these buckets to pump out.
What?
We had 3 of these buckets of oil we had to pump back into the tractor. So it took me and him both to get it in there. We're still down here. We got a long ways to go.
Man. Does this bucket have a label?
Mm-hmm. It's on the front.
Like, no, like a fuel label. Like,
Like a level?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Fine. I wish buckets had that. What's this?
What? That's a jack. That's what they call a handyman jack.
Oh, I thought that was one of them long little bull. Like
That's
one of them
usually-
little stick motors.
That's what they usually what they put on Jeeps a lot.
Like, it kind of reminds me of one of them mowers where the wheels right here, and this part goes in the tractor, and here's the blade.
Oh.
And
Oh,
it
it's
cuts the
yeah,
grass.
sickle bar mower.
Yeah.
Just be careful because that's really heavy, and it hurts if it hits you.
Hell yeah.
Wipe it off for me. Wipe it off a little bit more. Alright. Stick it in there. Wipe it off first time, and then stick it back in there, and then check it every time. So that's we're at add right now. Go ahead and wipe it off again. Just take your fingers, kind of like this, and just do kind of like a sandwich. So I'm dripping off it. Should have enough oil. You just have to add more.
So is it in?
Yep. Just watch your fingers. I hope that word don't spin on you. Stuff like that builds muscles.
Yeah, I wonder if any wrestling would do this and on pump a tractor.
They ought to have to do this to get practice again.
Yeah, on their show. He's like pushing a dumpster down uphill. That'd be a nightmare.
Yeah.
There we go.
See how much? Hold on just a second. We're down to half. We're down to about half right there, where we're at now. So what we're gonna do when we get to the full mark on this tractor, we're gonna seal or take this out. We're gonna put the dipstick back in. We're gonna start the engine, let the engine run for about 3 or 4 minutes maybe, and then check the oil again, because we put those filters on dry, whether they don't have no oil in it. Oil has to pump into those filters, and when you do, it takes the oil out of this pan, and you have to fill the oil, the dipstick back up to where it's full again.
Wait, so we have to empty it again, or
No, we're you know, we put those filters on, right?
Yeah.
We didn't put no oil in them.
Yeah.
So the oil from here has to pump up into both of those filters.
Yeah.
And when it does that, it takes oil out of this oil pan. So it don't take all of it, it just takes a little bit out of it. And then whenever we shut it off and check it again later, we have to fill the oil back up to full mark to where it filled those two filters up.
So we have to pump it again?
Yeah, we'll have to pump this up a little bit again. It shouldn't take a whole lot more, but it will take some.
Yeah.
Just because of where the filters had to be charged or filled up. You know, I used to do 2 or 3 semis a day when I worked at the truck stop, change the oil in them. But I didn't have to do it this way. We had automatic air pumps that did it. That was all right. Let's see where the oil is right now. Yeah, I would have to pump, change oil in 2 or 3 semis per day. For a long time. It takes a lot more oil in a semi than what this tractor does. Oops.
Oopsie.
So it's at the full mark right now.
So is that good?
Yeah, it is for now. So you see where it's a little bit above full actually. See, there's a oil right there. The full line right there. So that's good actually.
Very good.
We still got to put oil in the filters. So what you do, you put the dipstick back in. I'm gonna put this there. You're gonna take his dump. You gotta put so this is a twist cap. When you twist it, it tightens the dipstick up in the hole there. I'm gonna wipe my hands off. And then you take, huh? Not in here. So you want to take all these like tools and stuff off the tractor before you start it up.
Will the hammer be fine?
Yes. We're not going to move the tractor. We're just starting it up.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's go on the other side. What's this doing? 33 minutes. All right. All right, hop up. The dog. All right, now go ahead and get the seat. All right, now go ahead and get the seat. Go and make sure this is in park. Always make sure it's in park. All right, push the handle up just a little bit. Push it up to where it's pushed. Yep, pull it down. This again, pull it right there. Now start it up. shuts the engine off.
It smells like diesel fumes.
Yep. Watch your head. Start now. We're going to take the dipstick back out of here.
It smells like diesel fumes.
Yep. Here in front of the camera. And you see where the oil is a little bit black? That's where the old oil is mixing with the new oil. Now we're just clean right there. You want to stick it back in there? Put it all the way in.
I mean, like, is it good for the oil filters in order for it to have the old oil in it?
Yeah, you'll never be able to get the old oil all out of the engine. You're just getting it out of the old filter, taking the old filters off and getting it out of the oil pan. But you'll never be able to get all of it out of the engine. Unless you do a complete flush, engine flush on it. And that is not really worth doing that. And sometimes it's good to have some of the old oil in too, because it keeps it a little thicker too.
What can you use with the old oil? What can you use it for?
Some people burns it for like heaters in their shops or houses, and some people uses it to lubricate their mowers or plows and stuff like that on. Sometimes they use it to oil stuff or lubricate stuff. You see where it's this mirror earlier? It was up here. That's how much oil it took to fill the filters up out of what we just put in there. So actually, until we just have a little bit more till we get up to this line here, put into it. Double check it one more time, just make sure. Yep. So it's now right there. So we'll just take it and wipe that off, stick it over here. Stick that back in the. Yep. And I'll hold it. And I'll just pump a little bit more in there. We won't use all the oil that's in this bucket, but we'll use a little over 3/4 of it. All right, let's try it. Let's see where it's at. Take that. Yep, stick it in. You have to kind of play with it just a little bit so it fits in the hole better. Like you're supposed to. Literally, go push it all the way in. Yep. Now pull it back out. All the way out. Now see where it's at. Hold it flat. You see where it's right there at the bull mark? All right, now take it, go pull that off, stick it back in, all the way. All the way, yep, now pull it back out. Now hold it straight across, but don't hold it upside down. And you see where it's just a little bit over? Yep. That's okay, you don't want it all the way up here. You want, if it's just a little bit over, that's okay, because it'll still got a little bit to put in filters for that.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yay.
So put that back in there. Don't jam it, just like that. Push it all the way in. Yep, there you go. Okay. So this here you may have to take one hand and hold this down and then twist that, because this will spin by itself there if you don't hold that down. And then tighten it up. Alright, that is a complete oil change on your National Cup. Huh. See, it wasn't that hard, was it?
Yeah, it probably took a little shorter than I was expecting.
Yep. And so what we're going to do over here is a coolant filter. Now, the coolant filter is going to be a little different because it's going to be hotter. But
right there?
Yeah, that's the coolant filter. But also, you got to reach back here. You see this little knot, this right here?
Mm-hmm.
You see it right here? You got to twist that in, and that shuts the water off to the filter. So whenever you pull the filter off, coolant doesn't just start pouring out of the. What are you looking for? Oh, over on the desk over there.
Wait, we should write it.
We'll get the irons off of it here in a minute. And since I don't have a marker, I'll show you a different way I sometimes farmers will mark it.
With oil or no?
No, not oil. We'll scrape the paint on it.
The paint.
Yep. All right. So that I screwed that all the way in so that the coolant should. There'll still be coolant in the filter, but coolant won't just free flow into here. And we will put a little bit of oil on that seal too, but we won't put much on.
Oopsie.
All right. Let's go over here. All right. Take one of those. Take that bucket, that filter, and slide it underneath that one.
Oh, wait, where?
Yeah, that'd be good. Let me.
Right there?
Yes. Let me where you at right there. Right there. So now we're gonna do. Now, when you do this, you want to make sure you don't get any of these extra lines or electrical wires. So that's coming off pretty decent.
Yep.
I'm hoping that's the right direction.
So just happened. Maybe the wind.
I'm hoping this thing. Okay, so that's a little different.
It's
It came off a different
Liquid.
direction. Yeah, there's coolant in there. There'll be coolant in there. And actually, if you want, like you can do, this is the trick that you can actually do. The way I mentioned earlier. Can you give me the hammer?
yeah. Let me just see here. No.
Yeah, you can do that.
Don't know. Which? Let me just measure it real quick. If it's dead center, I can go the way.
Okay.
Let me see.
All right. I'll tell you what. Just here, come around here. You can do it this way. I'll move the camera. All right. All right. So what we'll do now? On these, remember I said the coolant's upside down, or the filter. Since the filter's upside down, I'll take a hammer and make a mess out of it.
It's raining oil.
And
It's
coolant.
raining coolant.
That was not as clean as I was hoping for it to be.
Oh God.
That did not work out very well.
I know. I got some on me too.
Yeah, that did not work out. Note to self, people, that doesn't work.
Oopsie.
At least on coolant filters.
Yes. Sounded like looks like somebody who hasn't pooped in 30
Hey,
years.
look, my tractor's peeing.
The tractor's peeing.
It's even the same color.
Hey.
All right, so I'll take it off.
Now the commode is flush.
It gurgled. You see how rusty the top of this is? It hasn't been changed in a while either.
Oh no.
You want to kind of do this so you can see whether, like, if it turns brown, that's not good. Watch the camera there. So it looks good. It looks like pea, so it's in good shape. So now.
Smells like not urine.
Yeah, that didn't work out like I hoped it would. Yeah. It works better than other times. Alright, so normally you don't mix oil and water together. You know what happens if you mix water and coolant together? Or coolant and oil together? You know what happens?
Dating?
Dating.
Dating?
When you mix oil and coolant together,
It makes.
it turns into mud. It seriously, when they get together, it looks like mud, and it gets real
When you
thick.
dig a hole, it's actually oil and coolant, not mud.
Yep. Pretty much. So now, since I got
So pretty much all that is oil and coolant, but it's not wet.
all of what? Oh, that? No. That's dirt. I'm just talking about if you mix oil and antifreeze together, it turns into
You
mud.
said oil and
Oil and
coolant.
coolant, yeah. Antifreeze is coolant. It keeps coolant is what keeps the tractor engine cool while you're using it. All right. So I just put just enough oil on this ring. You don't see no oil around here, do you?
No.
Okay, that's good. You just want just enough oil to make that seal right, and then you want to make sure this up here is clean and doesn't have that O-ring on it. So
Is
that
it
is.
hot?
It's a little warm, yeah. So you want to make sure all that's good. So now you take this and screw that on. You want to screw that on? Yeah, it's you don't have to worry about that being hot. And you got gloves on anyway. So. You smell that? How that smells?
Smells like diesel fumes.
It smells like something on it.
Really? Did you have to
What?
fart?
Nope, I didn't.
Thank God.
Okay.
If I did, I would have ran away into that cow pasture.
So the coolant's the filter's on and hand tight, so which is good enough. So now you got to remember to screw this all the way, screw this back out, because if you don't, the engine's going to get overheat, and go crack the block. And when you crack the block, you're buying a new engine for the tractor. Yes, because they're not cheap. Tractor engines could be anywhere between $3,000 to $10,000. All right. It costs more for a new tractor engine than for a tractor engine than it did my transmission. And then you want to kind of at least do a little bit of wipe down of your mess that you made. I don't know how a kid can make such a big mess with oil, but you know.
How? Who did you just say?
I said I don't know how a kid can make such a messy mess with oil.
How did I do that? What are you talking about?
All right, so you did a complete oil change and a coolant filter change on an 886 International.
Yes.
So what we'll do,
What I gotta do is I gotta run the process.
pump up in the tractor.
What did we do at the start?
We
I don't
drained
remember.
we drained the filters, or we took the filters off, and we drained oil out of the oil tank.
See, that's how bad my belly is.
So hop up in the cab.
Open your door. Open.
Oh, got full water.
Oh. Hey.
On the dash, I'll show you where the idle meter is. Open up. 3248. All right, come back out.
3248. Yes. Oh! I'm scared. I'm scared. You cheated so we could do breakfast.
So 3248, right? All right, see you. 3248. So this tractor has a little over 2,000 hours on it since the last oil change. So I take a screwdriver. Right up here, you said 32. You take a screwdriver.
Try not to puncture it.
Nope. And then just write down. It's scratchy in the paint. 3248. That way, like paint markers can rub off. If you scratch it in the paint, it won't scrub off. All right, so that's 3248, and I'm going to see if I can't write this on the side over here, where it's a little bit easier. That's nasty.
Couple of more years, I'll be
3248. Oops.
It sure don't look like an 11.
Alright, so 3248. So I'm going to write it down on there, and then when I get back over to the house, I'm going to write it. I'm going to put it in my computer. That way, I have it in the computer too. So now, that's pretty much it for oil change and coolant filter change.
Yeah.
The fuel filter is a little different. I'll show you what we have to do on the fuel filters next time we do it. See, I did the fuel filters last year. At the end of last year.
So you do them at the end. Wait, how long?
Well,
did it take
only reason I did it last year is because I was having issues last year. So this here, see, this is primary filter and secondary filter. I'm thinking. So fuel. Hold on, so let me think here. I may be wrong. This may be primary. This may be secondary. Anyways, fuel comes in from the tank through a line, comes into this filter. This filter filters some of the trash out of the tank or fuel. Comes into here, and this filter here filters it some more. And then from this one, it goes into the injection pump right here. This here pumps actually is a pump, so it pumps the fuel through these lines here, through each cylinder in the engine. So each line here has fuel pumped through it. So there's 6 cylinders on here. So there's 6 lines. So this here pumps fuel into the pistons, and that's what keeps it running. So to do this, you gotta shut the line off to the fuel tank, to the filter, so it doesn't just keep pouring fuel out. You gotta take these filters off and throw them away, and then put fuel inside the filters. Since we're upside down.
Instead of letting the pumping the fuel in, you just pour it in the filters and
yeah.
pump
See,
that
the
through the gas
fuel
tank.
tank is on the back of the tractor, so there's fuel coming to the filters already. So what you do, you see see how these are upside down?
Yeah.
So you can go ahead and put fill these two with fuel in them, and then screw them on. And so that way, it already has fuel to go to the system. If you don't, you have to see this little here. See right that little pump here. You have to pump that to suck fuel from the fuel tank to these filters by hand. If you fill these up first and then put them on, that helps the engine start without having to do all that priming and everything. So, if you put these on empty, it sucks air through the system, and you have to bleed the whole fuel system out and everything, or it won't run. You'll never start. So these has already been done, like I said. So there's a filter underneath the tractor. That's for the hydraulic system, but I already changed that last year too.
Yep.
The oil filters were just the only things I hadn't. Is the only thing I hadn't changed since I bought the tractor. I sort of neglected that. But oil helps keep the engine cool too, along with the engine coolant. So that wasn't as bad as bad as you thought it was.
No, it was actually quicker than I thought.
Yep. It ain't. When you know what you're doing, and if you've done it before, it's not hard to change oil. And so that, guys, is the oil change of an 886 from my helper here.
Yep.
Y'all take it easy. Wait. See y'all.